Welcome back to Gamebender. We are playing the Stanley Parable today, and we'll blah blah blah, and we are we've done the narrator's bidding last episode.
So yeah, this game, if you saw the last episode, you know what it's about. If you didn't, there's a narrator, and he tells us exactly what is happening. It's very stranger than fiction, but we can also choose to not do as he says.
We have choices.
Co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
I don't know.
Now you just do whatever the fuck you want.
Where's the masturbation button?
It's Y button. It's a combination of Y, X, and left trigger. Yep, no.
I'm trying really hard. No. Nope. 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 Okay, so the doors are magically sealed.
Well, there are like the broom closet. You can open the broom closet.
Yeah.
And you can spend a lot of time in the broom closet if you hate your life.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn off all the computers.
Alright.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
So, cause I don't know, but it might be part of a diabolical plan.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
It's true, it really didn't.
So he's really gonna be there.
They have literally made narration for every fucking thing you can do in this game.
Okay.
That's where the many megabytes come in of this game.
Yeah.
No!
Oh, and I guess this is where Stanley felt he needed to be right now, in this little hall. No, apparently not. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did he now?
I don't think he did. Oh, maybe. No. Oh, he didn't. He didn't.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
wasn't.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Just to admire it.
Let's see what happens now.
Now we're on an adventure.
Yeah, I'm gonna try every fucking door.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
It is.
It had really
Sit
been
down.
worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Just,
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
drink it all in. Drink it all in. Just look. No, just look at the room. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I feel like he's a
But
little
eager
bit
to
kind
get
of
back to
silly.
business,
He will
Stanley took
literally
the first open door on his
Talk
left.
forever if you stay in that room. Well, he won't forever, but
Yeah, no. That's not gonna happen.
Stanley was so
look at
bad
that- look at the sign.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
stop.
If you're lying right now,
Stop it.
stop.
Do
Don't
not do
do
it.
it. Yes, like I said in the last episode, this is very Portal-like.
Yes, it has the Don't jump off the cargo lift, alright?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
I haven't seen this ending.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, let me try it the same. Alright.
Okay, that's a
There's-
good one. That's a good one. Okay.
So let's try. I'm not gonna try every door,
What could it mean?
but I
Stanley
am
decided to
gonna
get
do
out
something that I have
and
been
he had
wondering
simply
about.
lost a memo.
Okay.
What happens if you go downstairs from the
When Stanley came to a set of two
if you go to your
open
left
doors, he
Yeah.
entered
and go
the
to your
door on
boss's
his right.
office? There's a staircase. What happens if you go down? I haven't seen that.
Right, yeah.
Yet
I have
there was
done
not a
the
single
where
person
I
there either. feeling a wave of
Tips for
disbelief,
not getting fired.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss.
No!
I'll check it
Hoping he
out.
might find
Alright.
an answer there.
This one.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
Oh
office.
no, he didn't. He was on here. Cardboard box. Having a giggle there, cardboard box. Car.
But
Oh,
Stanley
it's on.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
That's
All
a
because
very-
Wait a minute.
everyone
Whoa.
had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe
Really?
I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Fucking
None of it
hell.
made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
They
Were
do.
Simply repeating. No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't.
These are just gonna
his
keep
job.
repeating, aren't
He
they?
wasn't crazy after all.
They might.
And he
Yeah,
thought
they
to
will.
himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon.
It does
I'll
feel
go
like somebody's
back to
having
my
a giggle.
boring real-life job pushing buttons.
Stanley is
I
not
may
having
as
a
well
giggle
enjoy
right
this
here.
When I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently
Oh!
float off the ground.
Ah!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it really appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being
Oh,
considered
God.
by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
This is some-
I'm dreaming about
Some meta shit right here.
describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing
This
that
is a
if
long
he's
ending.
asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
If this is an
awake
ending.
right now, as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the
What does this
magical
mean?
stars just a moment
One,
ago?
two,
How else would the
basement,
voice
4.
explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the
Right.
cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, not scary at all.
I am okay.
Oh, that's just mean.
Oh, poor Stanley.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real.
This
I
is
must
fucking
be
creepy.
real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
I don't like this.
You can't play anymore.
All right.
You can't play this
This is
game.
the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She rose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and went to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This
Obviously.
much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in
We
that
all do.
moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and
Who the fuck wrote this?
it was
I like
comforting to
them.
think this. And in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel
They just
better.
did a Reddit AMA
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled
where
for that
one
day.
guy asked the
Very
question,
important people
what made
whose
you
impressions
guys
of her would affect her
make
career,
the Stanley
and by
Parable?
extension,
And his only answer was
life.
questions.
She had no time
pretty
for this.
good.
So it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
That was a long ending.
Wow. That's very, very good. It's like a million stories in one, right?
So next time on Gamebender, we're still gonna be playing Stanley Parable.
We're gonna try something else.
Yeah, obviously.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be different, apparently.
And crazy if this is any indication.
Yeah. So, see you guys next time.
On the Gamebender.